Hi, my name is Hannah Roby, and my favorite brain part is the hypothalamus. This is my favorite brain part because I think that it is so amazing that such a small part of the brain can do so much. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about what the functions and anatomy of the hypothalamus are, and some conditions that can lead to the hypothalamus not working correctly, and finally, some tips to keep your hypothalamus healthy. So, to start off, the hypothalamus is a small but important area in the center of the brain. It plays an important role in hormone production and helps to stimulate many important processes in the brain and is located in the brain between the pituitary glands and the thalamus. The hypothalamus's main role is to keep the body in homeostasis as much as possible. Feelings of hunger, for example, are the brain's way of letting its owner know that they need more nutrients to achieve homeostasis. The hypothalamus acts as the connector between the endocrine and the nervous system to achieve this. It plays a part in many essential functions of the body, such as releasing hormones, regulating body temp, controlling appetite and weight control, managing sexual behavior, and regulating emotional responses, heart rate, and blood pressure. A great example of this is the ability of a human being to maintain an internal temperature of 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. If the hypothalamus receives a signal that the internal temperature is too high, it will tell the body to sweat. If it receives the signal that the temperature is too cold, the body will create its own heat by shivering. The hypothalamus is involved in many functions of the autonomic nervous system as it receives information from nearly all parts of the nervous system, and it is considered the link. To maintain homeostasis, the hypothalamus is responsible for creating or controlling many hormones in the body. The hypothalamus works with the pituitary gland, which makes and sends other important hormones around the body. Together, the hypothalamus and pituitary glands control many of the glands that produce hormones of the body, called the endocrine system. This includes the adrenal cortex, gonads, and thyroid. Some hormones secreted by the hypothalamus include antidiuretic hormone, which increases how much water is absorbed into the blood by the kidneys, and the thyrotropin releasing hormone, also known as TRH, which activates the thyroid, which releases the hormone that regulates metabolism, energy levels, and developmental growth. The hypothalamus has three main regions. Each one contains different nuclei. These are clusters of neurons that perform vital functions such as releasing hormones. In the anterior region, the nuclei in the anterior region are largely involved in the secretion of various hormones. Many of these hormones interact with the nearby pituitary gland to produce additional hormones. Some of these important hormones include the corticotropin releasing hormone, also known as CRH. CRH is involved in the body's response to both physical and emotional stress. It signals the pituitary gland to produce a hormone called the adrenocorticotropic hormone, also known as ACTH. ACTH triggers the production of cortisol, which is an important stress hormone. Another important hormones include the thyrotropin releasing hormone, also known as TRH, which are also produced in this region. The anterior region of the hypothalamus also helps regulate body temperature through sweat. It also maintains circadian rhythms. These are physical and behavioral changes that occur on a daily cycle. For example, being awake during the day and sleeping at nighttime is a circadian rhythm related to the presence or absence of light. As for the middle region, this area is also called the tuberal region. Its major nuclei are the ventral media and the arcuate nuclei. The ventromedial nucleus helps control appetite, while the arcuate nucleus is involved in releasing growth hormone, also known as GHRH, which GHRH stimulates the pituitary gland to produce growth hormone. This is responsible for the growth and development of the body. For the final main region of the hypothalamus, this is called the posterior region. This is also known as the mammillary region. The posterior hypothalamic nucleus and mammillary nuclei are its main nuclei. The posterior of the hypothalamic nucleus helps regulate body temperature by causing shivering and blocking sweat production. The role of the mammillary nuclei is less clear. Doctors believe that it is involved in the memory function as well. Finally, we have some tips to keep your hypothalamus healthy. First, eat a balanced diet. Eating a high-fat or high-sugar diet can lead to inflammation in your hypothalamus. Second would be to get enough sleep. Sleep deprivation has been commonly associated with hypothalamic dysfunction. And lastly is to exercise. Even a mild amount of regular exercise can reduce the hypothalamic inflammation related to a high-fat diet. This concludes my favorite part of the brain presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.